Congressman, great to see you again. Thank you for being with us. Let's talk a little bit about impeachment. This is a matter dear to your heart because I think you might have been one of the first people calling for the impeachment of Donald Trump even before the last impeachment. What do you think is going to happen this week?
Well, first of all, I know that our impeachment managers are going to do a terrific job. If you take a look at the briefs that they've already exposed somewhat, you will see that they have the information, they have the facts, and they have connected the dots, and they're going to make a great presentation. I know that the president lost some of his attorneys who refused to buy into the argument that there had been election fraud and he was really elected president. And so at the last minute, he's gotten these attorneys and they're going to try and put together a defense for him that's going to be weak. It's not going to be good. They're going to attack people like me, and they're going to try and say that we have done rallies and we've said things that have incited others, but none of us have been involved in what this president has been involved with. And I think we're going to see that the planning for the invasion of our capital started some time ago with these domestic terrorist groups. And none of us have been involved in any of those kinds of activities, but they're going to try it. And then, of course, they're going to try to use the argument that it is not constitutional, that you cannot impeach a president who's no longer the president. But it's going to be weak, it's going to be flawed, and the American people are going to see that they don't have a good defense. And so I don't know what the Republicans are going to do. Unfortunately, many of them are so...
I'm just going to ask my control room. I've lost the audio of Maxine Waters. I'm just going to ask my director. We have lost the audio, unfortunately. Okay. We're going to try and get Maxine Waters back because I want to talk to her about what she just said, that Donald Trump's defense attorneys are actually going to invoke her and others and things that they have said to say that they, too, were invoking rioting or violence. That's not actually the case. And I do want to ask my director if he's got that, if he can just play that for my audience, so that we can hear what it is that the defense, Donald Trump's defense, is going to use as it relates to Maxine Waters.
Make sure we show up wherever we have to show up. And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere. We've got to get the children connected to their parents. The children are suffering.
I think we've got Maxine Waters back. Congressman, sorry about that. We seem to have had an audio problem, but I was able to play that clip that you were referring to from June 23rd, 2018, where you're asking people to confront Republicans at department stores, gas stations, at restaurants, and tell them they're not welcome. That's the stuff that Donald Trump's attorneys say proves that you and others are doing the same thing Donald Trump was doing on January 6th and in the days before that. What's the difference?
They're going to try it. But nothing any Democrat that I know of have ever said or acted in the way the President of the United States has acted. People must realize this president was out to destroy our democracy if he could not be president. He sent those people, those domestic terrorists, to the Capitol to take over the Capitol. Even they are saying so. They're saying they were invited by the president. The president was rallying them right before they went. He told them to be tough. He told them to take back their government. And so nothing equals that. Yes, I defended those poor children in cages that the Trump administration has left there, separated from their parents. And there was a movement at the time where restaurants were denying members of his administration, of his cabinet, and saying, you guys should speak up for the children. And so that does not in any way equal what this president has said and what he has done. As a matter of fact, the Republicans should be afraid not only about the destruction of our democracy, but if they continue to support him and allow themselves to be guided by him, they're going to have to live with a president that dictates to them every vote they can take, every vote they cannot take. He's going to be in their primaries. They will be owned by this dishonorable human being. And if that's how they want to live, if they would rather be owned by the president who, in fact, tried to destroy our democracy in order to stay in office, then they don't deserve to be elected. And so no matter what he says about me or Nancy Pelosi, Cory Booker, or anybody they're going to point to, it won't work. It won't work at all, because nothing matches the way this president has tried to destroy this democracy.
So let me just ask you, because this is what they are going to say. Can you say that you have not glorified or encouraged violence against Republicans?
Absolutely, I can say it. As a matter of fact, if you look at the words that I used, the strongest thing I said was tell them they're not welcome. Talk to them. Tell them they're not welcome. I didn't say go and fight. I didn't say anybody was going to have any violence, and so they can't make that stick.
Maxine Waters, thank you for being with us as always. Next time we have you on, I hope we're going to be able to talk some more policy about some of the stuff on the Financial Services Committee, because we need to get down to business about getting things right for the American people. Good to see you as always. Maxine Waters, Democratic Congresswoman from California and the chair of the House Financial Services Committee. 11 Republicans